All right, so now I am recording. Welcome everybody to the team training call. We do these training calls at least 2 to 3 times a week, okay, if you didn't know that. So it's important if you have people on your team, guys, to be in the Telegram in the training group because that's where I post them. I try to allow you guys to leverage me as much as possible. I want to lift a lot of the heavy weight off of you because with a lot of these things, you know, you have different people that you deal with on a daily basis, and it's important that you develop leaders on your team. So your first goal is to become a leader yourself because everybody on here is a leader, and your second goal is to develop leaders. Okay, that is where you get into the lifestyle income. When you choose to become a leader and when you begin to develop leaders, okay? And a lot of that deals with discipline and mindset, okay? So as I tell everybody all the time, whatever you believe to be true will always be true for you. And some of you all may not know this, but there's a lot of programming that that has been going on in your life since you were young, okay? And some of you may not be aware of some of these things. But what I'm going to introduce you to today is somebody named Big Al. Does anybody know who Big Al is? Big Al Tom Strider.
Oh man, I know Big Al. This Isaiah.
Hey, yes.
You know what? I learned the Big Al through one of my mentors, Mark J. Wealth
Yes.
Raises Networker. Yeah, Mark J. Big
Awesome.
time. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, good. I'm glad you heard about him because if you know who Big Al is, then I'm sure you probably are developing or in the process of developing. I stumbled upon him randomly. Me, when I hear like leaders speak, I always listen to whatever books they mention or whatever little things they mention. And I heard somebody who was making 7 figures, he mentioned Big Al. Somebody asked him what was one of the best books that he read, and I'll read books all the time, so I was ready. All right, and he said Big Al leadership book. Okay, he has a leadership book series. So of course I went and got the book, and I was like, oh, this is really, really, really good. So I stalked Big Al, okay, and I found out that he has built organizations of over 100,000 people in a 2-year time span. And what he teaches is massive duplication. Okay, and I want you guys to adopt that method of duplication. So here is one of his CDs. As you can see right here, I have his whole collection. I have all of his books. I have his whole collection. His name is Big Al. I recommend you invest in yourself and you get this. Get all his stuff. Like take money out your pot. Take money, and once you start making money, you should save 10% of everything you make to go to personal development. That's one of the things. And if you have not read, what is it called? From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. Has anybody ever read From the Trash Man to the Cash Man? Yes, no, maybe so, by Myron.
Oh, Myron Golden?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my buddy. Yeah, I love Myron.
Yes.
Yo,
have you read From the Trash Man to the Cash Man?
Yeah, and I read another book of his too. I gave it to my son. I can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, I've been to some of Myron's seminars on him. When Myron gets together with Dr. Stan Breakthrough.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they put on some amazing training. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. But anyway, go ahead.
Yes, you're right. He's really, they both of them are really good. So I'm going to play the first set. I'll play his whole set for you guys, but it's only every, I don't know what I do every other day or maybe 2 times a week. Sometime you'll know. I'm going to play his whole set, and I highly recommend you get him. I don't want him to be saying I'm copywriting his stuff and letting you guys see it, but I'm telling you guys, go buy it yourself. You want to copy for yourself as well. So, hey, I put it like that. I'm promoting him. Oh, I don't get paid for it. I wish he had an affiliate link, but whatever. It's okay. And so I'm gonna play it and get a pen and paper if you don't have a pen and paper, and take notes. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 CDs in all, but I'll probably play about an hour or so. And just make sure you can hear my thing. Hold on. Let me know if you can hear. Can you hear it, y'all?
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear it?
No, I can't.
Okay, let me see. All right,
No.
let me see. Where is it? Advanced sharing option. I gotta find that one button. Share computer audio. Probably got it. Probably make me share my screen. Let me go back to here. Hold on.
I can hear you.
Okay. I was referring to the CD. I'm getting ready to play the CD. Let me see if I can share it. Where is it? Share that.
How many people reviewed the study material? But before we get started here, how many people reviewed the
Y'all hear
study
him
material
now?
we gave you so you could take the first test this morning?
Yes.
So y'all ready for the first test? Okay. If you studied, you should know the answers to this. How many people here in this room started off your network marketing business just a little bit slow? Okay, roughly 100%. Well, have you ever wondered why that happens? Why is it that we start off kind of slow and it doesn't grow the way we think it should? As many of you know, I started back in 1972, and I started off with 1 year and 10 months of absolute failure. At the end of 1 year and 10 months, I had no distributors, no retail customers. Other than that, I was doing fine. Knew all the best routes to the meetings, things like that. But I started off a little bit slow, and I asked my sponsor, I said, gee, I think I need to do a little bit better. And he gave me 5 things to do to change my career. Would you like to know those 5 he gave me? Yeah. There they are. Number 1. He said, you know, Big Al, the first thing you need to do is work on your attitude. I got thinking about that, and he was right. It could use quite a bit of work. And I worked on my attitude. Number 2, build a strong belief in your business. I worked on that. Number 3, and this is probably pretty revolutionary, you never heard this one before, but set some goals. I went out and set some goals. Number 4, get motivated, because people are attracted to motivated people. I said, oh, excellent. And number 5, be positive. Anybody can be negative, but leaders are positive. So I went out. I worked on all 5 things. Worked on my attitude, built a stronger belief in my business, set some goals, got motivated, became positive. I did all 5 things, and they didn't work. And I'm here to tell you today to just consider this viewpoint, that having a great attitude, strong belief in your business, setting some goals, being motivated, being positive are all wonderful things. Maybe even 97% of our business. It just so happens they don't work in real life. And would everybody be okay if we talked about what happens in real life while we're here? Yeah, let's talk what really happens when you and I are out there getting scar tissue all over our body. Because we talk to people, that's what's happening, and, you know, these 5 things don't work. Now, I can tell from the looks in some of the faces here that maybe it's a little bit like heresy, or I ruin a couple people's belief systems by saying this, but having a great attitude, belief, goals, being motivated, being positive, doesn't work in real life. All right, we'll do a test. Because you might be skeptical, just because I'm a tall, dark, handsome, incredibly good-looking, outgoing, charismatic man about town Texan, there's no reason to believe me, right? So we'll do a case study. Out of curiosity, how many people here, when you first got started, had a pretty good attitude, though? Said, you know, yeah, I think I can do this. All right? Number 2, how many people here, when you first got started, had a strong belief in your business? Yeah, it's pretty good. By a show of hands, how many people here in this room, when you got started, set some goals? Car check, stuff like that? When you first got started, how many people here were motivated? Fire the boss. Yeah, this is going to be it. And finally, how many people here when you first got started were positive, saying, I just think I can do this business. Let me sign up and get started. And finally, by a show of hands, how many people here when you first got started a little bit slow? Well, don't take my word on it, right? Take a look around at everybody else in this room. We've all had the same experience, haven't we? So sometimes it pays to question some of the things we just take for granted. Every one of us here in the room had a good attitude, believe in our business. We set those goals. We probably had little goal charts and little pictures of goal things and gold ribbons and goal seminars and goal get-togethers, goal discussions, and goal seminars part 2. And we listened to a motivational tape in the morning and got excited, and one at lunch, one in the evening, and went to bed, fell right to sleep. We were just tired from being excited all day. We've done all these things, and guess what? They don't work. So now that you've proved it to yourself, don't take my word on it. Let's take a look at what happens. What's the difference? As I mentioned, I'm not saying anything bad about these things. These are good things. They just don't work. But they're good things. And maybe even 97% of our business. But in my case, there's a little 3% that was missing that made all the difference in the world for me. And the little 3% was a little thing called skills. Knowing exactly what to say and exactly what to do. And I'm here to tell you today that if you have skills, know exactly what to say and exactly what to do, the rest is kind of automatic. The good news is you don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to be outgoing. You don't have to be charismatic. You don't have to be a salesman. You don't have to be any of that. You don't have to have any special type of ability when you get started. All you have to do is learn a few skills, and it will happen automatic. So if you're sitting here today thinking, oh man, there's just no way I could ever do it. I can never talk in public, and I couldn't memorize that 66-page flip chart. Don't worry about that. Just learn a few skills, and everything else will fall into place. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you develop enough skills of knowing exactly what to say and what to do to earn a 10,000-pound bonus check. And that morning you walk down to the mailbox, pull out the envelope, rip open the envelope, inside you pull out that 10,000-pound bonus check. How many people here think it'd be pretty easy to have a good attitude that day? How many people here would have trouble getting a strong belief in your business? Everything happens automatic. I mean, would you be motivated? You say, I just can't get motivated today. Positive, your goals are coming true. It all happens automatic if you have skills. So that's what I was missing. Once I learned what to say and what to do, everything else happened automatic. So would anybody be offended if we spend the entire day talking about skills? Because skills do make the difference. I'll give you another example. I have a friend named Jerry Clark. And Jerry Clark is probably one of the most motivated guys I've ever seen. He talks like 3,000 words a minute with gusts of 4,500. If you can imagine me, Jerry Clark would be everything opposite. He is totally motivated. Let's go to a Jerry Clark workshop, and he would agree with me on this. Go to a Jerry Clark workshop. At the end of the weekend, you wouldn't walk across coals. No. You would levitate right above them. So we went to Jerry Clark workshop. We're levitating right above those coals. We levitate right out that door. We levitate down the hallway. We levitate right up to the very first prospect. And we do this. We go. We're motivated. We have a good attitude. Set some goals. But unless we know what to say and what to do, not much is going to happen, is it? Now, Maybe it's different here. Maybe here in London, people just kind of run up to you on the sidewalk or pavement and say, wow, you look like a person who's pretty motivated and positive. Let me give you all my money and join your business. I don't think it works like that. I think it's going to depend a lot on what you say and what you do. So let's get started with some skills. And skills are a lot easier if we know a few principles, because, boy, we say, gee, now it makes a lot of sense, and I can apply this almost anywhere. So I'm going to start off with a very simple principle. Some of you may not know it yet, but it's called the principle of reaction. Here's how Big L's principle of reaction works. All you have to remember is this. People don't have free will. People are reactive. They simply react to whatever happens to them or whatever people says to them. You know, they're just reactive. People don't have free will. Now, I don't mean to offend anybody. I mean, technically, people do have free will. But they've never used it. They've never seen it. They wouldn't recognize it if it hit them on the side of the head. People just go all day long just reacting to whatever happens. Would you like some proof? People are like ping pong balls, just bouncing back and forth to whatever people say or whatever happens to them. So let's do a little case study here about people. See if this looks familiar in your life. See if people are reactive. If somebody buys a new car, are they happy? They wreck the new car, they are sad. They get a raise at work, they're happy. They get fired from work, they are sad. Their spouse is happy, they're happy. Their spouse is sad, they are sad. They get a fresh cold beer, they're happy. They spill the beer, they are sad. Their sports team wins, they're happy. Their sports team loses, they are sad. Is this enough, or how many people see a trend? What can we tell from this? People are reactive. They simply react to whatever happens to them, what people say to them throughout the day. They don't use their free will. Now, technically, they could use their free will, but you never see it. For instance, here's somebody using their free will. Oh, my sports team lost? Hey, way to go. How often do you see that? Not too often. Or, ooh, spilled my beer. Excellent. Doesn't happen very often, does it? People spend their entire life reacting to whatever happens to them. Well, let's say you're talking to a prospect. And this prospect is not acting the way you think they should. Who are they reacting to?
You.
Us. Nobody else around, is there? So if you want your prospect to change, to have a different action or reaction, what are you going to have to do? Yeah, we're going to have to change ourselves, what we say and what we do. You can't change prospects. You can't change other people. Hey, but don't take my word on it. Let's do a case study. If you think that you can change other people, do this. Get married. That should prove it, right? You can't change other people. All you can do is change yourself. So if you can change what you say and what you do, they're going to react differently. Here's a little secret. Most distributors go out there and spend their entire lives looking for good prospects. Trying to look for somebody just ready to join. And the truth is, there's only neutral prospects. There's no such thing as a good prospect or a bad prospect. But people become a good prospect or a bad prospect after they meet you. In other words, after meeting you, they're going to decide to become a good prospect or a bad prospect. And they're going to decide that based upon who you are, what you say, and what you do. Now, Now, you can't change who you are, unless you're from California, maybe. But in most cases, you can change what you say and what you do. So if you can change what you say and what you do, you can literally turn neutral prospects into good prospects or bad prospects on demand. Kind of neat, huh? Which means you don't have to go out and look for good prospects. You simply create them. And this would explain the following phenomena. How many people here have been to a party? A little over half. Excellent. It's a group of high integrity here. Well, let's say I'm a brand new distributor. I go to a party, I talk to 20 prospects. All 20 prospects tell me, no, I'm not interested. I come back to you and I report, hey, guess what, sponsor? I went to a party, talked to 20 people, no prospects there. They all told me no. I'm telling you the truth. But what might be crossing your mind? You're thinking, whoa, what was the common denominator in all 20 presentations? Yeah, me. I was at the scene of the crime all 20 times, right? Now you, my upline sponsor, happen to be, wow, you happen to be at the exact same party. And you happen to have talked to the exact same 20 people. And 8 or 10 of them said, hey, I'm kind of interested. Let's get together tomorrow, let's talk about it. What was the common denominator then? Yeah, you. So they must have reacted to what you said and what you did. We talked to the exact same prospects. It has very little or almost nothing to do with the prospects. It has almost everything to do with us. How many people here believe people are reactive? And how many people here believe that prospects are neutral? They say, wait a minute. I have a brother-in-law, and this guy's not a neutral prospect. He's a bad prospect. Well, is this person destined to be a bad prospect for the rest of their life, for the next 20, 30 years? Or could something happen in the future that makes your brother-in-law change? Maybe 20 years from now, somebody at work wins the lottery or starts their own business, and your brother-in-law says, that's enough, I'm going to do it on my own, I'm ready to go. Yeah, something could happen 20 years from now, right? In other words, something that somebody says or something somebody does could cause your brother-in-law to change. Here's my question. Why can't you be that person? Why can't you be the one to say something or do something to change your brother-in-law from a bad prospect to a neutral prospect or even to a good prospect? So let's take this a step further. You have a brand new distributor come up to you, and your brand new distributor says this. I talked to all my friends. I talked to all my relatives. I talked to all my coworkers, and all of them told me no, they're not interested. Well, sponsor, I want you to help me find some good prospects to talk to. What are you going to say? Well, did your distributor already talk to some good prospects? At least some neutral prospects, and unfortunately it turned all their neutral prospects into bad prospects. If you find your new distributor a whole bunch of good prospects, what are they going to turn them into? Bad prospects. So that's going to be a waste of time. So what are you going to say to your distributor? Yeah, say, you're the problem. You're kind of a loser. Oh, no, you might not say that. They might take that kind of personal. But I do think that maybe before we go out and find a whole bunch of new prospects, we could work on a couple skills saying what? Hey, it's what you say, it's what you do that makes them react differently. If you don't believe in the principle of reaction, go out and prove it to yourself. During lunch, walk up to a stranger. Give them a 20-pound note. Do you think they'll have a certain sort of reaction? I think so. Or walk up to that exact same stranger and punch him in the nose. Will they have a certain type of reaction? I think so. Same prospect, two different reactions. Did it have anything to do with the prospect? It had everything to do with what we said and what we did. Once we understand this, our network marketing career gets a lot easier. In my case, for 1 year and 10 months, what was my problem? Crummy prospects that are all stupid and couldn't see opportunity? Maybe not. Maybe I had a slight influence on them. They saw me coming, they crossed the street. Well, if we're all convinced that skills make a difference, we understand how reaction works, are you ready to put it into a practical use? Well, we're going to start with the initial contact with people, some ways of following up, and we're going to have some presentation ideas. We're going to learn more principles about human nature, how they react, and how we can get them to act the way we want them to, so we can give a favorable presentation. At the very end tonight, we're going to learn how to do an entire, complete, total, beginning to end, complete presentation in just 1 minute. How many people think that's going to be pretty exciting? Because if you could do a whole presentation in 1 minute, you're probably thinking, whoa, look at all the free time I'm going to have. And we laugh about it now, but at the end of this evening, you're going to say, I can do that. So we're going to make our business so efficient that you can do more in 5 minutes a day than you used to be able to do in 1 week. Because my personal belief is, why spend the whole week looking for people to give presentations to when you can spend the whole week just giving presentations? A lot more efficient, isn't it? And if you do the whole thing in 1 minute, gee, you can have everything done before the news comes on at 7, right? So let's get started with some practical applications. A lot of people say, well, man, I just don't have anybody to talk to. I can't find good prospects. They all kind of shy away from me. How do I get things started? We're going to spend a little bit of time on how to get things started, because that's usually a big question from distributors. My question to my sponsor was this: well, when I get started, people just don't react right. They just don't want to hear presentations. So I asked my sponsor, what should I say when I go out and meet people that'll make a difference? My sponsor said, just be positive. I'm thinking, can you be any more general? And my sponsor said, well, set some goals. All right, yeah, but what do I say? Well, be yourself. Yeah, but exactly what do I say? Listen to a tape. How many people get advice like this on occasion? Pretty frustrating, isn't it? I want to know exactly what to say and exactly what to do. How many people here have ever had a job? You get hired on your job, you come in, they say, okay, you're hired. First thing tomorrow morning, here's what I want you to do. Set some goals and just be positive. We think that's kind of ridiculous, wouldn't we? Or do they maybe take a little bit of time telling you exactly what to say and what to do? Well, shouldn't we do the same thing in network marketing? So if our distributor comes to us and says, exactly how do you meet people? What are we going to say? Well, just kind of be yourself. Kind of smile. Hope they just come up to you and say, here's all my money, let me join your business. Are we going to tell them exactly what to say and what to do to create this, to give them the skill? Because if we could do this, maybe our new distributors would be successful, and they might be able to do their entire business rejection-free. Would that be nice? All right, let's take a look what happens to a new distributor. How many people here have ever been asked this question before? So, what do you do for a living? Anybody ever asked that question? Yeah, that's kind of a hard question to answer because, you don't want to tell them about the history of network marketing, do you? Not the whole history, anyway. And you don't want to get into the compensation plan quite yet. You don't want to talk about the products and services and all about, the wonderful it could take a long time. And it's a little bit embarrassing when people ask us what we do for a living because we kind of sit there for a little bit and they think that we don't know. But for a new distributor, it's pretty hard. So let's imagine one day that I'm a brand new distributor for you, right? Here's the life of me, your brand new distributor. Now, being a nerdy engineer, which means pretty much personality free, charisma challenged, character bypassed. I'm not exactly a party animal. I don't want to really go out and be with people. So I'd rather stay at home and read a magazine, but let's say my sister has a graduation party for my nephew. So I go over to the party. I walk in the door. First thing what happens is my aunt grabs me by the cheek, pinches my cheek, and goes, "Hey, Big Al. Haven't seen you for a long time. So what are you doing nowadays for a living?" Now, when my aunt asked me this, does she really care what I do for a living, or do you think that maybe she's just making conversation going from person to person? Yeah, she really doesn't care what I do for a living, so I don't have to run out to the car and get the flip chart and video, all right? So it's all right. So I said, well, for my aunt, I better make it short, just kind of overview, because she just wants to say something, so she want to talk at other people. So I said, well, where to start? Well, Auntie, I'm in my own business now, which, I kind of buy products at wholesale and sell them at retail, but they're not in stores or anything. You can't get them in stores. You have to know somebody to get them. As a matter of fact, somebody has to kind of sponsor you. And I've kind of built my own distribution network by myself, and pretty soon my aunt goes, "You sell drugs." And she starts backing away. Let me see. Who is my aunt reacting to? Me. What I said and what I did. And I successfully turned my aunt, a neutral prospect, into a bad prospect on demand. Talk about talent, huh? Just a few seconds right there. Well, that's a little bit embarrassing for me as my aunt backing away, so I run over by the chips and snacks and fill my cheeks like a chipmunk. Try to hide, and pretty soon an old friend comes up, slaps me on the back, and says, "Hey, Big Al, haven't seen you for a long time. So what are you doing nowadays for a living?" Well, I'm start turning red and getting a little bit embarrassed and start sweating, and I'm thinking, well, I gave him the short answer, and that really got me in trouble. I better give a longer answer this time so they don't think I'm selling drugs. So I said to my friend, well, I'm with the company that sells products. We buy at wholesale, sell at retail. Differential is the retail gross profit, which is not the net profit, of course, with different tax deductions here. You get to sponsor people down different legs, just like generations, different levels here. And it goes about 4. Why don't you get 4? Everybody get 5. Go down to different generations. You get about 6%, 13 levels here, and we get 0.5% of the BV and the ultimate sequence letter J. You get 4 Star Trek Commanders, become Master of the Universe. Once you're Master of the Universe, you move up here. Yeah. So anyway, how does my friend react? My friend starts backing away, saying, "I think I heard my dog calling. I'll get right back to you. Yeah, I'm back." And I successfully turned a neutral prospect into a bad prospect on demand. Pretty neat, huh? You probably can't even relate to this. Well, I've had enough humiliation, so I run to the other side of the room, hide behind the drinks, wash down those chips. And sure enough, another old high school friend finds me, come up, slaps me on the back and says, "Hey, Big Al, haven't seen you for a long time. So what are you doing nowadays for a living?" And I'm thinking, just kill me now. Well, I tried the short approach. That didn't work. I tried the long approach. That got me in trouble, too. I better go with the company approach. Yeah, I'll try that. So I said to my friend, well, I'm with the wonderful company from the wonderful city of Wonderful, starting the wonderful year of 1991 by Mr. Wonderful himself. Now, Mr. Wonderful himself is a wonderful family man. He has several wonderful families to prove it. We have wonderful fax machines. We have wonderful phone machines. We have wonderful cars, wonderful soy-based things, wonderful newsletters, wonderful phone lines. It's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And my friend is thinking, you joined a cult, and starts backing away. And my friend is thinking, if I get involved with you, I'm going to have to sound just as stupid as you do right now in front of my friends. There's no way. They're backing, they're running almost backwards. Pretty embarrassing. Well, I had enough humiliation and embarrassment. I am out of there. Run out of the party, hop into my car, drive out of the parking lot. On the way out of the parking lot attendant stops me and says, "Hey, I haven't seen you here before. So what do y'all do for a living?" Pretty soon he says, "You're a mime, aren't you? One of those people that don't talk, Get out of here." That's the day that most distributors have when they first get started. They don't know what to say, they don't know what to do, can't even answer the simplest question, what do they do? It's embarrassing, humiliating, they get enough rejection like that, what are they going to do? Quit. Sound familiar? Well, you just read about these things, right? But that's what they do. Well, let's take a look at our skills. Right now, somebody would ask you what you do for a living. Would you give them the short answer? Would you give them the long answer? Would you give them the company cult answer? Or do the mind thing? What would you do?
I just want to pause it right there. Is anybody understanding what he's saying? Like, have anybody experienced that? Where you talking to people, you don't know what to say, just saying something, the person just get turned off and they're like, no thanks, or this is a scam, or something like that. He was being funny about it, but a lot of people do that. You know, I just want, you know what I mean? Like, when people first sign up, most people don't know what to do and what to say. And then when they talk to their first 5 or 10 people, they saying all type of stuff. And guess what? The person is reacting to what they're saying. And then the people say, nobody want to join me. That happens a lot. That's why I wanted to introduce you to Big Al. And that's why when you're talking to people, you definitely don't want to do what he just did. Like, just start trying to be like, oh, you go one under the other and then the rotator. That's what people doing. And I've seen people, like the other day, my husband was on the was doing some stuff and I was doing some stuff the other day, and we was just listening to people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we really started to understand why there's so much failure in, you know, in different programs and online in general, because people don't know what to do and people don't know what to say, and because of this, they quit. And then sometimes they can't even get in touch with their sponsor, or they're not plugged in. They don't know what's going on. And listen to what he's saying, because he's going to show you how to talk to people. We do have a script in the back office as well, but it's going to give you the mindset of what you need to do and what to say. So let me see. Yes, exactly. Yes, everybody know what I'm talking about. And then just understand, when your people join, they're going to be dealing with the same thing. They're going to be trying to explain stuff. They're going to be sounding just like Big Al was talking about. ABC Master session, you go to the top line, you're a profit leader. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Somebody said, that's me, I always say the wrong thing. Trisha said, I've been running my mouth forever. My mommy just told me again today I can talk to but I'm no recruiter. I keep trying. I'm just saying I'm selling ability program. So yeah, so some of the words and the verbiage that you may say, it can really turn people off, and you may not even know it. They just thinking in their head. Like he said, people don't have free will. They reacting from their subconscious, and when they listening to you, they're like, I don't know if I want to do that. That sounds like, especially if you're saying a lie, they thinking, do I gotta say all this stuff? Do I gotta explain all this stuff? I'm telling you. So keep listening to what he's saying, because he struggled for a long time. I struggled for a long time until I learned exactly what he's talking about, y'all, and some other mentors too. But I want to introduce you to him, because you need to understand, people will come into your organization and they will be dealing with the same thing. And if they keep on continuing and they getting all these reactions from people, they gonna quit. They're gonna quit. And they're gonna say, nothing ever works for me again. So I don't want that to happen to anybody. So that's why we're doing this today. And keep listening to him, because he is the master of talking to people. And if you saying like, I can't find anybody, or no one want to sign up with me, you may be dealing with some of the things that he's talking about, because there's billions of people in the world and they don't become a bad prospect until they talk to you. I'm just saying, okay? Because I've talked to some people's prospects and they joined, but they talking to other people and they didn't. So it definitely deals with how you talk to people, what you say, and what you do. So let's continue, okay? Let's continue.
Well, let's find out. Let's check our skills. I'd like everybody to, is everybody sitting next to somebody that will still talk to you? All right. Here's what I like to do. Grab somebody next to you. If nobody will talk to you, just eavesdrop on somebody else. I want you to grab the person next to you, and you're going to say this: what do you do for a living? And the other person's going to turn red, embarrassed, sweat, mumble something, and then they're going to look at you and see how you react. And they'll know how good their answer is. And after they answer, they look at you, you reach in your pocket, and you give them all your money and say, how soon can I join? They're going to say, hey, pretty good answer, right? Or after they're answering, they take a look at you and you roll your eyes. What would that tell them? Could use a little bit of work, right? Or they give you their answer and they look at you, you put your hand over your mouth and run toward the toilets. What would that tell them? Never use that answer again, right? So what we're going to do is see the reaction of our partner from our answer.
Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear him talking? I pressed play.
Yes.
Y'all heard him? Somebody said no. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, if y'all can't hear, then it's probably your stuff because everybody else can hear. Maybe go out and come back in. I'm not sure.
If you take off from the screen, it won't play no more. You can't take off from the screen. You gotta watch the screen. You like go to participants or chat, you're not gonna hear it. You gotta stay on the screen. You can't do multiple things on your phone.
Right. Yeah, I'm on my share screen. I'm not taking it off, but everybody can hear. I don't know why. I don't know why you can't hear D. I'm not
No,
sure.
you're talking about on our end.
Yeah.
If we use the screen, we won't be able to hear it. But if we come back, we can hear it.
Oh, do you understand that, D? I don't know. Hold on, let me see what she said. Okay, cool.
Answer. Well, let's everybody grab a partner and one person real quick say, what do you do for a living? Let the other person turn red and get embarrassed and sweat first. All right, let's go. What do you do for a living? Okay, how do we do? Let's do a little survey here. By a show of hands, how many people here would like to work on your answer a little bit? Oh, got here just in time. And you say, well, this is one of the most simplest skills. If we can master this, pass this on to our distributors, I think our sponsoring go way up, wouldn't it? So let's go to work. There's a couple ways of handling this. I'll give you one of my techniques, and I'll give you one of the techniques I've stolen from Hilton. Fair enough? So let's start with the reaction principle here. If we have somebody ask us, what do we do for a living? We're going to say blah, 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 what we do for a living. What kind of reaction would we want from people? I think the reaction I would like to have from them would be this. The prospect would respond by saying, oh, really? How does that work? How many people like to have that kind of response? That would mean you can have the crummiest presentation in the world and still sign them up, right? And that's the hardest part, getting somebody to talk to. So I would like the reaction, oh, really? How does that work? So here's the technique I'm going to teach right now. It's called the, oh, really? How does that work technique? You might want to write it down. O-H-R-E-A-L-L-Y, comma. How does that work technique? Because you're all graduates of a Big Al workshop, masters of the principle of reaction, you realize that for the prospect to say, oh, really, how's that work? It has nothing to do with the prospect, but everything to do with us, what we say and what we do. So we can create it on demand. That means, wow, what the good news is, sponsoring is entirely within our control. That's the good news. What's the bad news? Same thing, yeah. So let's learn what we can say. I will demonstrate to you the really how does that work technique. You're going to ask me what I do for a living. I'm going to tell you what I do for a living. You're going to respond by saying, oh, really? How does that work? You have notes. You can read them right off there, okay? All we have to do is pick an answer, so they would say, oh, really? How does that work? So imagine you met me at a party, and you say, hey, Big Al, what do you do for a living? And I say this. I sell BMW automobiles. And you're going to say, oh, really? How does that work? No. What would you probably say? You'd probably react by saying, car salesman, really? You know, I don't have a home phone, not even a mobile. I don't even drive. I don't know any people. Never been here before. You've never seen me. Now backing up. That's the more likely reaction, isn't it? But let's try it again. You meet me at a party, and you say, so Big Al, what do you do for a living? And I say this. I show people how to drive brand new BMWs for only 125 pounds a month. And you might say, oh, really? How does that work, right? Same opportunity, same prospect, just different answer. We all see how that works? So what we have to do is just simply come up with an answer about our business, so they will respond by saying, oh, really? How does that work? So what kind of answers could you come up with? Would you like some examples? All right? I'll give you several. You kind of pick and choose among these, but if somebody came up to you and say, what do you do for a living? You could say, I show people how to fire their boss. Now, somebody didn't like their job, what might they say? Oh, really? How does that work? Maybe try it this way. What do you do for a living? I show people how to pick up an extra paycheck in their letterbox every month. What do you think most people are going to say? Oh, really? How does that work? Or what do you do for a living? I show people how to get a 300-pound a month raise, and they don't even have to ask their boss.
The Bootsy ain't out here.
Oh, really? How does that work? Or can you imagine somebody saying, no, I really wouldn't want to know that, no. Are there any tax advantages in your business? All right, so let's talk about tax advantages. What do you do for a living? I show people how to get a 100-pound tax refund check every month. Oh, really? How does that work? Maybe you want to talk about lifestyle, free time. What do you do for a living? I show people how to work 3 weeks out of every month, but get paid for 4. Think somebody might say, oh, really? How does that work? Or what do you do for a living? I show people how to take a 1-week holiday every month, and they don't have to stay with their in-laws. Oh, really? How does that work? Or what do you do for a living? I show people how to take a 6-month vacation twice a year. Just seeing if you're good at math. Maybe take a different approach. What do you do for a living? I show young mothers how to stay home with their children but still get a full-time paycheck. Oh, really? How does that work? What do you do for a living? I show parents how to have an extra 3.5 hours with their children every day. You could use answers about your product. What do you do for a living? If you sold a nutritional product, you could say, I show people how to feel like they're 16 years old all over again, but with better judgment. And they can remember when they're 16, stay out partying all night, get an hour's sleep, go to school the next day. Now if they're not in bed by 9:30, the week is shot, right? Yeah. Or what do you do for a living? I show people how to make money every time their neighbor picks up the telephone. What do you do for a living? I show people how to make their skin look 20 years younger in only 17 seconds a day. What do you think people would say? Oh, really? Oh, really? How does that work? Well, just the women. Us men were perfect already. Or is it without hope? I forget which one. You may have approaches that are only going to work for certain groups of people. For instance, this one only works for half the people. What do you do for a living? I show housewives how to earn more money part-time than their husbands do full-time. Or try this one. Maybe you meet somebody age 50 and you say this. What do you do for a living? I show people how to retire 5 years early at full pay. That works on somebody age 50, but not at age 15. Age 15, they don't care about retiring 5 years early, and full pay for them is not very much. How many people here have an idea how this works? Enough examples to get us started, isn't it? So out of all these examples, can anybody here find at least one that might work for you? One that you're comfortable with, or one for somebody in your downline? So let's try this again. Let's see if we do any better. Let's see if we're not so embarrassed or self-conscious, or maybe we're more confident because we know exactly what to say. Let's give it a whirl. I'd like everybody to grab somebody next to you. Look them in the eye. One person's going to say, What do you do for a living? The other person's going to say, well, you have some notes, right? So let's see how this works. Let's see if we do a better job this time. Go ahead.
All right, that's the end of the first one. We got a bunch more, but we gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it, guys. What did you get from that so far? Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Right. So, what did you guys learn from that so far? Do you think that you got an idea of what he's pretty much doing? Yeah, wording and approach. Yep. Keisha, there you go, right there. Keisha, she said wording and approach is everything. Yes. Keisha said, oh, really? How does that work, technique? He's using curiosity, if you didn't realize it. He's using curiosity. Hold on 1 second. He's using curiosity. So listen, I show people how to get all their bills paid off. There you go, Helen. Yes. Victoria said, yes, I did. First impressions are everything. Yep. Yes, I can do that. Pique their interest. Thank you, Rashni. There you go. It's called piquing interest. Piquing interest. Did he say, hey, my comp plan is great. I got a master's degree. You put one under the other. You get paid 1,000 levels. Did he say that? No. Pique their interest. Your reaction determines the prospect response. Okay, good one. Just be confident in what you speak. Let me see. No pitch. Piquing. Piquing curiosity. Short and sweet. That's powerful. We need to answer questions with answers that will pique their interest. Yep. Boom. Piquing interest. Yep. I help people eliminate their bills every month. Yep. Like a stripper, don't give away all the goods. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Yes. Let me see where I saved one. This is one of the ones that somebody said. Let me find it in my my text. Let's see. Somebody said this one. I show people how to pay your rent or mortgage 2 to 3 months in advance. I show people how to pay their car note 5 to 6 months in advance, and I show people how to pay their insurance policies for the entire year. Okay, that's somebody else said. Somebody said I show people it's possible to eliminate all of their bills in 14 to 28 days or less. I show people how to get their rent paid up for a year. Stuff like that. Boom. Yes. The main. Yeah. Go ahead.
What about I show people how to work 1 hour and make a 40-hour paycheck?
Oh, I like that. Dang, that's good. That's good. That's really good. That's really good for people who got jobs. When you going down the about and you just talking to somebody and you ask them, this is the thing that I do. I ask them, I say, you like working here? How you like working here? They be like, it's okay. They don't want to say I hate it because they trying to have good customer service. I say, do you really like it a lot? They be like, I'm tired. I really don't like it. Well, what if you could, what if I could show you how to work for 1 hour and get a full-time pay? Like Fred said, do you think they're going to be like, scam? Is that a scam? No, they're going to be like, what is that? You know, this is the thing about people. Curiosity killed the cat. The cat could not handle the curiosity. So I have people who be like, tell me more of that. How does that work? And I be like, oh, hold on. Or I say, I got a text message real quick, my bad. I be making them wait sometimes. They be like, this lady, if she don't tell me what it is, as opposed to people just throwing up all over people. You see the difference? I want to train you guys on that because this is why people fail. They do not know what to say. They don't know what to do. Okay, so if you have a problem, like if you have the problem, you say, I can't find people, it's no shortage of people. The thing is, you just need to figure out what's your thing. You can try several things, but once you get to it, once you find it, you know you got it. You know you got it. And then you're going to get to the point where you're talking to different people and you can kind of change it. People for moms. Hey, do you got kids? You know, I show moms how to spend more time with their kids, you know, and get a full-time pay. They like that. if they dads, different things. Start thinking of writing a list of, this is what you want to do. You want to write a list of different type of people. So you got the salespeople, you got the moms, you got dads, you got all type of people, right? You got all type of people. And I want you to start to write down a list of all these type of people, entrepreneurs even, people who already in a business. Hey, what if I could show you how to get more leads and sales in your current business without it interfering with anything that you're doing right now? You know, people like that. They're like, huh? What if I could show you how to do this or do that? You need to start getting good at saying that, because most people, they send a whole long 10-page paragraph to people. You didn't explain the whole comp plan. The people like, oh, what the heck? No. Do y'all get what I mean? Let's see. I see people have to turn bills into banks. Yes. Good, y'all. Y'all getting it. Darn, I'm enjoying this, but I had to leave to pick up. Okay, good. No problem, Rashi. Fred, that was good. I show people how to turn their bills into banks and their banks to corporations. Okay, all right now. They'll say, oh, really? How does that work? Yes. Boom. So that was the moral of the story today. I wanted you guys to start practicing that and starting conversations with people. Tomorrow is CD number 2. We're going to go over CD number 2 tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but just know we're going to go through all of this, okay? We'll go through all of this so that you can start. Did anybody get a aha moment today?
I did.
Good. How about anybody got stuff that what they used to do and what they not going to do no more?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, this is Zipporah.
Hi.
All of that was great information, and I had been following the script, from the beginning, but I noticed myself starting to get more into explaining, like you were saying. And so this was, I just like all the suggestions as to just pique the curiosity, because when you follow the script, it leads them right into that, oh, I'm interested, or what's that about, so I definitely see the importance of just sticking with the script and not trying to explain it and just inviting and not recruiting.
Yes.
So I'm excited. I'm excited. I know a lot of moms, a lot of business owners, a lot of people in MLMs that ain't making money.
Right. Boom. Once you pique their interest and they say how they work, what you can do, you say, hey, what are you doing around 9:00 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central? I can go over it all there. And they say, well, can you explain a little bit? Well, if I can't explain it to you, it's more visual. And I got to go right now. So are you free? Because we're going to show you how to get your rent paid. Probably only like a few spots left. I don't even know if they have any more available, but you need to make it tonight. They're going to be like, oh, my gosh. So these are the 2 things, curiosity and fear of loss. Curiosity and fear of loss. You're dealing with human nature here. That's why he said people usually are reacting to you. This is why I tell people, do your affirmations. This is why I tell people, raise your vibration, because they reacting to your energy. They're reacting to what you're saying, and you may be saying stuff that could turn them off, and you don't know it. So when you deal with curiosity, they are really highly, it's something about the human nature that deals with curiosity. And then the second one is fear of loss. This is why you can go from signing up people on a daily basis or a weekly basis to signing up people they've taken months to join. Because if you don't put fear of loss in it, if you don't say this is a limited time, or we don't know how long it's going to be, or, we got bonuses for this thing and that thing, then what's going to happen is they're going to take like months to sign up. They don't have any motivation to do that. But we're going to get into that the next part tomorrow. I'm telling you, this series is really the bomb. I do not spend a long time talking to people. I don't, because I don't explain nothing. And y'all know, I know the comp plan left and right. But people be like, how that work? And I do not explain it. So I say, you need to come to the training, or did you watch the video? I always ask they questions with the question most of the time, okay? So what else did anybody get from it? What did y'all used to say? Because I'm gonna tell you this, I remember when I first was talking to Fred, when he first came in, y'all, guess what? He was saying, like, I tried that stuff when I talked to people at the grocery store. I talked to people everywhere. They just didn't take to me. They didn't take to me. That's what he kept saying. I remember, I never forget it, because a lot of people say that, and I'm just like, they don't know about the reaction. They don't know about what you say. You can go over a little bit what you were saying, Fred, what's happening now.
Well.
Oh my gosh. Never mind. But
no, I was trying to figure out what you was telling me. I could go over what I was saying. Like, people don't talk to me. I don't do well with people.
Yeah.
I don't really like people. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That sort of thing.
Yep. But I know you got a lot of insight from this tonight too. What I was meaning, that's why when you were saying that, when I first heard you, I was just like, he's going through exactly what Big Al was saying. Who else do we got on here? Do we got anybody else who like over explain things or just say too much, or you kind of get a little out of hand and trying to explain to people and kind of throw people off? You may not know you're throwing people off. Do we got anybody else who ever experienced that as well? Oh, here he gonna say Alicia. It is, and I mean, it happens. It happens.
Yes.
Alicia
yes,
said,
hey, it's Alicia.
Hey.
So yes, I actually have. I used to word vomit like all over people. Like it was so bad. But through this, like I've learned just to be short, concise, and peace, your interest. Follow the script, basically. They just like walk right into
it. Yes. And what has been your experience, Alicia? I know you've done other things, and what is the biggest difference that you see now? Because I know you're making a lot of money now.
Yes. So let's see what I've done previously. Like I've done FES, and like the biggest thing really is just learning how to connect with people, and really honestly like raising my vibration. That right there, that and how, and just being more confident in what you say and everything. So those are the things that I've learned the most, and yes, I've been able to like pay my rent, my utilities, and I'm working on my car note.
Now, see me on. What do you do to raise your vibration?
So I do the affirmations. I love the affirmations. The 5-5-5 method, writing it down, speaking it out loud, just immersing myself into the law of attraction. Yeah.
Yes. So is anybody on here struggling with like finding people or certain things in particular that you want to say something about? Maybe we can give you some pointers. Okay. All right. So the first thing.
I got some.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say the other thing I want to look up is look up 5 steps of building impulse in a conversation. That has some of the things that Dominique you've been saying, like fear loss and stuff like that. And keeping it short and simple.
Yeah.
Look that up. 5 steps of building an impulse in a conversation.
Okay. Yes. So somebody said, I'm getting leads but no signups. Okay, cool. Getting leads but no signups. So I asked you, so I'm gonna start with Keisha. She said she's getting leads but she's not getting signups. All right, so question 1, Keisha, are you doing the affirmations in your back office? Okay. Every day, or are you doing them every day? Okay, so you've been doing affirmations. Okay, good. Have you done the 55x5 technique in the back office yet? Okay, good. All right, have you written down your monthly goal, your weekly goal, and your daily goal? Okay. You got your daily and your weekly. Okay. Daily, weekly, monthly. Are there only certain things in the back office we have access to when you don't have your one person? No. When you sign up, you got access to all this. You just have to click resources and getting started guide. All right. So, Keisha, is there anyone that you have animosity towards or want revenge on? Keisha, is there anybody who you got animosity towards who you may not have forgiven or stuff like that? Okay, said no, not really. Okay, cool. Either way, I want you to just say in your mind, if I've ever not forgiven anybody, I release it right now. Okay, either way, because you said no, not really. So you kind of like, okay, I'm not sure, but maybe you have, maybe not. So just say it to the atmosphere anyway. Okay. So how many people are you getting on the Zoom every day, Keisha? One to three. Okay, 1 to 3. So when are you following up with people and asking them did they watch the information? Are you following up with people once you put them in a group or in a Zoom, and then you said they don't respond? Okay, well that's a problem then. I will have to actually look at your conversations because it could be something that you're saying to them. I don't know your full conversation. Like Big Al said, sometimes it's what you say to people. Okay, so we probably have to go over. I have to look over what you mostly saying to people because if you got leads and nobody really joined, how many people so far has it been? How many leads have you generated so far, Keisha? Would you say? Okay, so almost 200 people. Okay, yeah, somebody should have definitely joined us. So it could be something in a conversation, or I will have to look on your wall. Sometimes people like look on your wall. If you're doing Facebook, people look on your wall. They kind of see what you're doing. They want to see if you're serious. They want to see if you're doing like a bunch of things. It could be a bunch of different things. I will have to see. Okay, so we will have to look at that. So anybody on here is not getting leads. So I'm trying to see what's the issues with some of the people who are not getting any leads. If you aren't getting leads, I want to ask you, if you having problem with leads, have you went through the 10K per month blueprint? Okay. If you having a hard time getting leads, have you been through the 10K per month blueprint? Okay. Okay, somebody said they have. All right. So if you've been through the 10K per month blueprint, how many people are you reaching out to? Because whoever admin is, you said I have. If you've been through the 10K per month blueprint, how many people are you using that script on for the 10K per month blueprint? Where's Stella? Huh? I don't know. I just said so. Because which one calling them? I'm not telling them that. I'm on the call. I'll tell you that. Vanessa, okay. A little bit. 35 to 50 leads a day. Nikki, you're doing the blueprint already. You're doing good with the blueprint, right? Somebody said 10 a day. So if you're talking to 10 a day, what's the problem with the people 10 a day that you talk to? Somebody said, okay, 10 a day. They won't go to the Zoom. Okay, so what are you saying to them to get them on the Zoom? What do you actually say to them? I post every day but haven't got the blueprint. If you go to your back office under resources and getting started guide, the blueprint is back there and then the products and training. Okay. So if they're not getting on the Zoom, it means that you're not piquing their interest enough. It could be that. If I can show you how to get your bills paid and receive residual income, would you be interested? Okay, that's what you say. So you probably want to change that up. If you're talking to 10 people a day and nobody's showing up, you want to probably try to change the wording that you're saying. Okay, they do say yes. Okay. And then once they say yes, if they say yes, that's good. right? But if they're not showing up, you need to get them a reason to show up, okay? So you can say something like, tonight we're giving away a free vacation and we're giving away $100 to $200, and there's only limited spots. The reason they're probably not showing up because they don't have any fear of loss. They probably think they can just do this whenever they want, okay? I've been shocked to find out a lot of people haven't heard of Zoom. Yeah, Chauncey, that's true. A lot of people don't actually know what Zoom is. Some people don't know what Zoom is. So I see Estella being funny talking about Zoom. If people saying they think it's a scam, that means that they are reacting. Okay, they're reacting from what they've been through, or either you or what they've been through. They're reacting. Because I don't get people who say it's a scam, because I don't talk to everybody. I target the people I talk to. Like, I go to their page, I see if they positive, I see if they entrepreneurs. I really target specific people. That's the thing with me. Okay. So who else we got? Okay, so I see, who else we got on here? I would say, okay, Estella on here. Estella, you on here? You want to give people some tips on what you say? Estella closes a lot of people. They could be at the grocery store. They could be online. It don't matter where they at. She can close them. So if you got some tips for people, you can say the tips right now. I can't find anything in the research that actually says blueprint. If you go to resources and then you click getting started guide, you're going to see 10K per month blueprint. It's on the step. It's going to say step 1, go set up your payment profile. It's going to say a video, and then underneath it's going to say step 1, set up your profile, go through your back office, click all the buttons, and then it's going to say 10K per month blueprint, a YouTube video. It's going to say 10K per month blueprint. Perry said he picky too with who he invite. Yep. Yep. Try to be picky. But if you can't find no leads, you probably, I mean, to me, there's no such thing as no leads. Everybody is a lead to me. You just got to spark up a conversation. You know what I mean? There's really no such thing as no leads, to be honest. Everybody is a lead. You just got to talk to them and pique their interest. Right, tell them the waiting list just open up, like 8 more people waiting. Right, that's true. In my years of retail, when people become skeptical, acknowledge their concerns, show understanding, and show them the way. Yep. Make an avatar of your perfect prospect and target them that way. You want to get the ones that say yes. Right.
Dominic.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, another thing I was thinking about, you said leads. I really don't look at anybody as leads, because you got to think about what we have here. We have a way to eliminate bills. Like, do you really need leads for eliminate bills? It's kind of like a mindset, you know? And then on top of that, you have a way to not only eliminate bills, but we also have, I put in my mind, like, we have $1 million opportunity. So do I really have to spark up a lead, a conversation? Like, it's not like we don't have something that people don't want. All we're doing is basically telling somebody so you're not selling nothing. So I think that's where a lot of people are messing up at. They're trying to sell something, but we're not really selling. We're actually providing a solution to an ongoing problem that pretty much everywhere. Unless you own an electric company, or unless you own a 20 room apartment building or something like that, you all pretty much got to pay bills some way, shape, or form or another, you know? So
right.
You don't really have to like look at it as, oh, I got to get a lead. This is simple, like you said, start a conversation and provide a solution.
Right. And if you say, okay, somebody said I have 5,000 friends but no comments. You don't need comments for this. You just need to talk to people who got bills. You don't need comments at all. You don't need comments. Okay. You can post. I'm not saying don't post, but I'm saying don't rely on, that's one of the biggest things that I see a lot. People relying on their posts to talk to people. I think people are nervous or scared to talk to people or something. I don't know. But I remember this. I remember what you lack in skill, make up in numbers. So when I first was struggling, bringing people into opportunities, I messaged 100 people that day. Did I say I made a post and 100 comments? No, I messaged 100 people and said, hey, is it, I wrote some message that I found, I don't remember, but 100 people, and guess what? I made like $200. $200, okay? Because I messaged 100 people that day, okay? But it was what I said. It was really catchy. I forget. So I want to do this test. Since everybody on here right now, let's do a test right now. So some people say, I don't have any leads. I don't have any this, and I don't have any. You do. Okay. So let's all come together and think of, we're going to pick the best peak interest script from whoever say the best peak interest script. And I want everybody on here right now, before the Zoom, I want you to message 50 to 100 people today. They can be in your phone. They can be on your Facebook friends. They could be on your email list, anybody, okay? Do not judge the person. Do not say, this person won't join. Do not say that. I do not judge anybody. We're going to pick the best peak interest, and we're going to all majority rule, and everybody, including myself, I'm going to message 100 myself. How many you going to do? You got to pick 50 to 100. Type in the chat how many you going to do. 50 to 100. Type in the chat. Because we're going to get this money, y'all. If it's the last thing I do, we're going to get this money, okay? You're going to get this money. All right, somebody said, they saying 150. Somebody, oh, Michael said, don't be saying numbers you're not. I believe you're going to do it, Michael. 200. He said 200. Kelly said 1,500. All right. All right. The thing of the matter, at the end, you need to have an open-ended something at the end, though. Okay? And if you're a leader and you don't got your team on here, you need to tell them to do this too, because you don't need leads. Okay? Everybody is a lead. Anybody with bills can get it. Okay? I'm just saying. Hey, have you heard about the new bill payment program? We're going to have to think. Let's think of something where everybody be like, yes, that's it. Yes, and it has to be open-ended at the end. So let's think, all right? Who think they got the best one? I'm going to think real quick. I'm trying to think. Oh, my phone died. Supposed to be charging this phone. Open-ended question at the end, and it got to be catchy, and it got to make them say, what is that? Let's see. Let me think. Most people hate the what? Hey, how's your day so far? This is how I will say it. Quick question. I'm thinking in my brain. This is gonna make people respond to you. Super question. I love paying bills. Do you? Heck no. Oh my gosh. All right, so I will start out by saying, hey, how's your day so far? Because you always greet the person. That's called business etiquette. Okay, some people will literally be like, you are rude if you don't at least greet the person, okay? So, hey, how's your day so far? Quick question when you get a chance, super important, okay? How many of y'all think that they're gonna say, what is it, right? I have a confession. Right, so that's how you can start it off. If you message this to 50 to 100 people, say, hey, how's your day so far? Quick question when you get a chance, super important, urgent. Do y'all think the people gonna say, what is it? What's going on? What happened? Right, that's how you get them to respond back. Because sometimes if you send them a message, they look at it and they see what you're saying, they're like, I ain't responding to that. But if you pique the curiosity, they're gonna be like, what? What's going on? Like, what's going on, right? If you like paying bills, then you should read this. I got something to share with you that you're not going to believe. My rent is paid up for the next 3 months. Yes, girl, you got to get on this webinar to hear the details. I kind of like that, Lakeisha. I'm digging that. I like that. Wait, I got something to share with you that you're not going to believe. My rent is paid up for the next 3 months. Yes, girl, you got to get on this webinar. Okay, I like it. I hope all is well. Quick question. Would you like to learn how to turn your smartphone into an ATM? Oh, that's all right. That's all right, Michael. If you like paying bills, I have a confession. Okay, we got to think. We got to brainstorm. What y'all got? What y'all thinking? I just found to get until let's see, I just found out how to get, I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna say. I just found out how you can get your rent paid up until, let's see.
Hey, Dominique.
Yes.
Guess
Hey.
what?
What?
I found a group of people on this webinar, and they're paying people's bills, man. I need to see you on this Zoom tonight at 7:30, and I want to get your opinion about something. Can you be on there for me, please?
I like it. I like it. Y'all
You
like
gotta
that?
be real. You gotta be real, and and the conversation, it's kind of like you know how you go on Messenger and you push the little thing to make a voicemail?
Yeah.
Instead of typing it, that's what I do. That's a tip right there, guys, because they want to hear your voice, your conviction, your passion. If you have passion to help people, that's what I do. Okay, and I'm not afraid to share. Hey, do you want to get paid right away? And this is the quickest way to get paid. To pay your bills is basically, I let you do the Zoom, and then I follow up right away. To share with them, hey, this is the quickest way to do it, and that's to own all the banks. And then some of them will say, well, I can't afford that. Hey, that's okay. Let's start wherever you feel comfortable. You gotta have that communication and connection with that person, whoever that may be. Because we are helping people eliminate bills. You've helped me, Dominique, and I'm so grateful. I really am. I mean, you brought an answer, and you know what I've been going through this last few months, and I'm not afraid to put it out there because these are things that happen in people's lives. You have that answer, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. I like that. You got to repeat that. Did y'all get what she said? That's good. I'm using that today. Shoot. What did you say, Estella? Can you type it in the chat or something? What did you say again? I think everybody liked that one. Really, that was really good. I think that one's really good. Did y'all like that? Repeat, right? She got to repeat it. She did that good.
Yeah, it was good. She said I found a group of people.
What did that say? Strangers are paying. Hi, Eugene said, "Hi, strangers are paying my bills. Would you like strangers to pay yours?" Zoom to find out how. When I think of that, I think of stranger danger. I'm like, hold up, that's a good one though. But I'll be like, I don't know about these strangers now. Yeah, Sally, you gotta repeat that. That was real good. I got the recording. Y'all listen. If she didn't disappear, she. I don't know what she be doing, multitasking stuff, y'all. I got him recorded her now. Did y'all get that? It was real good. I think everybody should use that.
She said I got a group of people that are helping paying bills. You gotta get on the Zoom to find out how they're doing it. I need you there.
I was listening. I'm getting the exact wording. Quit playing with me, y'all. I get it. Don't worry.
You gotta make sure you add that. You gotta get on the Zoom, man.
Yes. If it sounds to be true, it probably good. Helen, are people telling you if it sounds too good to be true? It probably is. If they're not telling you that, then don't worry about it because it hasn't happened. I never base an emotion off of something that people, that's not happening now. I don't want you to create that. You know what I mean? If they're not saying it to you now, that's a good thing. That's the one. I deal with people. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to upload this recording and everybody, 50, which I saw y'all say 50, 100. Some of y'all said 200 people on this webinar paying people bills. I need you to get on with me tonight and tell me your opinion. Oh, there you go. Melissa got it. I don't know if you said, I don't know if she said, can you help me? But I don't know if I wouldn't say, can you help me? Because it make it sound like you need them to come. You want them to think that they need to come. You know what I mean? Okay, you seen it in places that you post. Is this the link we use? What's the link? Which link for what link? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I found a group of people. I need you to get on me tonight and tell me your opinion. Can you be there? Okay, I'm gonna upload this, y'all, and I'm gonna get exactly what she said. Tonight is the Zoom. It's the same Zoom every day, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's where you get people to. Okay, you can add them to the prospect group too. Right. Yeah.
Hey, Dom, I'm sorry. I'm doing several different things, but I think you recorded it.
Yeah, I recorded it.
Trying to help somebody with credit, so I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. I recorded it. I'll get it for everybody.
You guys can use it. You guys can use it.
Yay! We get to use it, everybody.
All right, baby. I got to do something real quick. Okay. I love you all, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye. Okay, everybody. We have 3 hours left to work. Yes. Everybody said they're going to get 50 to 100 people. Let's see how many people get on the Zoom. We're going to know who lying and who not lying, okay? Pick some good people, too. Think about the top 10 to 20 successful people you know, too. I know a lot of people on here know, like, big-time marketers and stuff like that. And you don't be scared to talk to those type of people because those people will do it a lot of times. So if you know, think of the top successful people you know. You need to send that to them today. Found a group of people paying people's bills. That sounds good. I promise you, if anybody messaged me that and said, hey, I found a group of people, they paying your rent, they paying your car note, oh my gosh, they paying your life insurance. I don't know how this is possible, but you got to get on. But so whatever I'm going to record and get the exact word, and I don't know which one is the prospect group. I need help. I'm new to this. The prospect group, honey, is the Miracle System Rotator group. Let me see if I can pull it up for you.
Hi, Dominique. Can I say something?
Yes.
This is Roshni. I don't know if this would work, but I had a friend tried it with me today. I made her send me a voice clip stating that she was so happy that I introduced her to the program. And I'm so happy that she came in all the way with the 14 banks, and now she's making money right away. And when I went out, like wherever I was, like at a park or the store, wherever, I just keep playing that clip. And when people hear, a couple of people ask me what it is about. You know, so you could get someone, a friend, to send you a voice clip like that. And when you're with a crowd or, you know, certain places, you just play it, and who knows, you could get prospects.
Oh, nice. Do you got the recording on you so we can kind of hear it?
It's in Messenger. I don't know how to send it here.
Okay. If you got are you on your phone on this?
Yes, I'm on my phone.
Okay, I think you can do it on your phone. If you say they think it sounds like a scam, how can they say they think it sounds like a scam if you say some people can pay you? Because if they saying it's a scam, that might mean that you're trying to explain it to you. Are you trying to explain it to them and they say that? Or are you saying people pay their bills? I don't see how they can say, is this a scam if you just said we got people paying their bills and they didn't even say nothing.
What I told her to say that, you know what, she did not believe in online marketing, and, you know, I let her know, you know, I convinced her that, you know, online marketing do work. Then words to that effect. I'm gonna send you the voice clip to your messenger.
Oh, good. Yeah, send it to me. And yeah, if you keep getting people that say it's a scam, that means you definitely want to start targeting better people, and you definitely want to create an affirmation that say I attract my ideal business partners. Okay. Say I attract my ideal business partner, because you shouldn't be getting you shouldn't be getting like a whole bunch of people saying it's a scam. That means that the type of people you're talking to unqualified people. They're really unqualified, okay, most of the time. And they don't even know what a scam is, to be honest. So let me show you where the group is, This is the prospect group right here. Let me make sure you can see it. This is the prospect group right here. Miracle System Rotator, we help you remove all your bills. Okay, and then this post right here is the replay. So you can add people here, right here, or you can just send them the link to this group. Okay, it's in the browser. Okay, and then once you add them to this group, you can tag them in the comments. So you see it has over 1,200 comments. Those are people tagging people in this group. But if you just throw somebody in here and they don't even know what this replay is, they just gonna be saying info to people when we post testimonials and proof. I get people talking about info and they are already in the group. That means that you need to tag them in this post. Okay.
Yeah, when you're dealing with your people, you want to treat it as if you're at a store, okay? And you want to help them collect the items that they need, and also walk them up to the cash register and ring them out. So you don't want to just say, okay, yeah, here's the group, join here, and then, you know, watch the video or something like that. you want to communicate more effectively. And so you want to actually show them, like, here's the group. Are you inside the group? Okay, yes, I'm inside the group. Okay, awesome. Do you see the pinned post? I'm going to tag you in it right now. Mm-hmm. Did you see that notification on Facebook? Okay, click on that. All right, do you see the video? Great. You want to go ahead and watch that, and I'll contact you in about an hour. Mm-hmm. Right? Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you need a three-way, definitely you can get me. Go message Aaron if you want to. Aaron be closing people all the time. And we get so many people from other people, y'all. Y'all people be contacting us all the time, and we just close them for you. So we don't mind if we got time. If we don't, then of course we can. But whoever your sponsor is, also do a three-way. The three-way is one of the fastest ways to get success. Okay, we're going to go over how to do a three-way. Tomorrow, who's coming for part 2 of Big Al? What else? You're just going to be able to learn more stuff. The more skills you learn in this industry, the more you make. Where else do you have leaders actually showing you the type of things that they're buying and the courses that they're buying? I did not have a physical mentor, guys, at first, until I made my first 6 figures. That's crazy. I literally learned from investing in stuff like this, and finding and stalking top marketers and asking them what's their favorite book and reading those books. And every time I read a book, I do what's in the book, okay? I always take action, okay? If they tell me to do this, I'm super coachable because I want to take their mindset with me. I want to take that mindset because my old mindset kept me broke. So your goal is to adopt the mindset and to take action. If you're not getting those sales, okay, you got to begin to start increasing your skills, okay, and talking to people. Some people in here, they have not talked to even 100 people, okay? If you haven't talked to at least 100 people and your main job is to pique interest with people, you're not doing your job, okay? So our job, we want to help you know who's the people to talk to, where to find these people, okay? Even though people is everywhere, you can walk outside and talk to the neighbor if you want to, right? But you need to know what to say. So tomorrow, we got Big Al part 2, okay? Hey, everybody learned today. Don't go throwing up on people, okay? You learned that today, right? I've been marketing 10 years. There's training in the back office. Down there. You're welcome. Dominic, I just sent it to you. Oh, you sent it to me? My phone died. Dang, I would have played it for everybody. But when you're at the top of the financial center, is your sponsor still the person who brought you here initially? Yeah, your sponsor, when you're at the top, your sponsor is the person who brought you in initially. And then you might have somebody who was at the top of the line who was different, who can help you too, okay? Part 2 is tomorrow, guys. Get on. Hopefully you guys followed your homework tonight is to write down different type of personalities that you have met, like mothers, fathers. If you don't know the type of people you met, that means you're not building rapport with people. So you need to start asking people, what do you do? Do you got kids? Are you married? Start asking those type of questions, okay? Lifestyle questions.
Yeah, we
okay?
definitely have to know them.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're doing a 90-day run, a whole bunch of training. You guys are about to blast up your skills. You guys are about to scale up. Okay, remember, you need these skills, okay? And then you need to take action. So nobody will have no excuse why they're not making money. Tell yourself, I'm making money. I make money every day. Okay, stop saying, I can't find anybody. Nobody, this never works. Stop doing that. You got to start speaking what you want, okay? So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And
we got the 6 o'clock event tonight, moving the community to the Discord. Okay, so I'm going to be giving away some Bitcoin. You might want to be there. If you're not inside of the training group, make sure you get inside the training group, okay, and join that event. Cool beans.
Yes. Okay, guys. I will see you guys later. We got what else? We got tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Everybody committed to 50 to 100 people. You send in that thing, and I'm gonna play this recording and see what Estella said, because I think she's the winner of the best peak interest script. Because I would get on if somebody's. I might need a 3-way call today. Okay, yes, just let me know. And all right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.